What's up, everybody? Stephen A. Smith. In case you didn't know, I'm here because trying this little Instagram thing there. Instagram Live. Basically, I'm answering some of y'all questions. Got a little lunch break. I was in the mood watching all the games yesterday. Was in the mood to answer some questions and what have you. So I thought I'd do that with you now. All right, so I'm just going to go down the list for a few minutes before I start my radio show. Remember, my radio show is on ESPN Radio. 250 plus markets. It's on Sirius XM, channel 80 as well. Plus the simulcast over the live national television airwaves of ESPN News, top of the 1 o'clock hour Eastern Time, 10 a.m. hour Pacific Standard Time. So just want to let y'all know that. But while I got a little break here before I eat lunch, I figure I'll spend a few minutes with y'all to answer some of these questions. Let me see here. Shane_Harper. What's my opinion on the Dallas Cowboys? It's very simple. I can't stand your fans. That's my opinion. I'm always rooting against the Cowboys because I don't like y'all. You know that. Anybody that's a Cowboy fan, I don't like you. Period. Having said all of that, the defense is real. It's legit. It's undeniable. Offensively, you asking me this question on the day they got shut up by the Indianapolis Colts, who are no joke, by the way. Andrew Luck is back. But when I look at the Cowboys, I will say this to you. Get Ezekiel Elliott the ball more, number one. Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan. Listen, the defensive coordinator for the coach used to work for the Cowboys, okay? Then you've got the head coach who was the offensive coordinator for the Eagles going up against the Cowboys over the last 2 years. Very familiar with what the Cowboys are going to do. You would think that Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan would have some clue that somebody would be familiar with what they were going to throw at them and be prepared for it. But they weren't, and I'm not surprised. So there you have it. It is what it is. Let me go to my next question here. How do I get to the next question here? All right, there we go. Do I like Lonzo Ball? I don't dislike him. A nice kid. Impossible to root against. Doesn't bother anybody. Any kind of negative feelings you may have about him is only because his father was bloviating so much about him. What I will tell you, however, is this. I have always been a fan of De'Aaron Fox out of Kentucky, who was picked 5th overall by the Sacramento Kings, who I was telling everybody, that's the point guard to take. Now, we all knew it was a business decision for the Lakers and Magic to take Lonzo Ball, Chino Hills, his father, building his brand, and really put the Lakers under the gun to take their son. That made Lonzo Ball box office. The Lakers couldn't pass it up because they don't have a billionaire owner like Steve Ballmer for the Los Angeles Clippers. They have the Buss family, led by Jeannie Buss. Their pockets aren't that deep. So they took somebody that was good for business, not necessarily the best point guard, which was De'Aaron Fox. I told y'all this brother was special. Last time he faced Lonzo Ball before they came to the pros, he dropped 39 on him, plus put him under lock and key, held Lonzo Ball to 10 points in the NCAA tournament. Y'all forgot that, but I didn't. Tried to tell y'all. Let's move on to the next question. Should the Warriors trade Kevin Durant? Should they trade KD? Normally I would say no. Because if we're just talking about talent, then obviously you keep him. I got to look up the rule because I'm not sure they would be allowed to trade him. I think he's protected because of something in the CBA. So he's not going anywhere. But I think that KD is a 50-50 shot, if not better, that he may walk away from the Golden State Warriors if they win the chip for a third consecutive year. And if that's the reality, then I'm sitting back and saying, why lose the magnitude of that player for nothing? You don't lose KD for nothing. You don't just let him walk away for nothing. He's one of the top 3 players on the planet Earth. If I know I'm going to lose him, I might have to make a move. But I don't think they can. I think he's protected in that regard. So it is what it is. Let's go to the next question here. Let's see. How much of a chance do I give to the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl? Decent chance. AFC is suspect right now. Kansas City Chiefs lost Kareem Hunt. Steelers, before shutting down the Patriots' old and anemic offense, had lost 3 straight. The Patriots aren't what they used to be. Houston, I'm not sold on offensively. The Indianapolis Colts are on a come up, no doubt about that, and they deserve to be respected. But can the Chargers beat them? Yes. I think the Chargers got as good of a shot as anybody. The only thing that I would say is this. I think that the Chargers have to win the division. So they have to ensure that they don't have to go back to Arrowhead Stadium in the playoffs in the event that they meet the Chiefs again. Because I don't think they would beat the Chiefs a second straight time at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. I don't believe that would happen. But that's just me. But the Chargers are legit, and they're the most well-balanced team in the AFC, if not the entire NFL. I got to give respect where it's due. They got Phillip Rivers. Melvin Gordon's coming back. Keenan Allen is no joke. You know, Williams, both of the Williams are legit, okay? Virgil Green is no joke. You know, you look at that, and you look at it from that standpoint. Antonio Gates is still there. I mean, just got to wonder. You got to look at the defense, Bosa and Ingram and those boys. Can't ignore what we're seeing from the Chargers. But that's just me. Next question. Let's see. Who is my favorite to win the Super Bowl? That's a tough one. Right now, I would have to say New Orleans. On offense, they have Drew Brees. On defense, they have the number one defense against the run in the National Football League. So that, to me, usurps Kansas City without a Kareem Hunt. Pittsburgh and their suspect defense. The New England Patriots. Gronk just looks done at times anyway. Just got to wonder about all of that. That's just me. Next question. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Who we got? Can the Oklahoma Sooners win the college football playoffs? Hell no. Not in my opinion. Because they don't play defense. Gave up 48 to Texas. Gave up 56 to West Virginia. I'm not sold on Oklahoma as well. I had a problem with them being in the college football playoffs because I thought it should have been Ohio State. That's just me. But having said all of that, I must confess that offense is legit. Kyler Murray is something special to behold. Congratulations on winning the Heisman. They can put up points on anybody. So if you want to look at their offense and just leave it at that, fine. But I take into account both sides of the ball, and I think they only play on one side of the ball. That's where I'm at with them. Couple of more questions before I get on out of here. Let's see here. Stephen A., how did Derek Johnson go against Hunter Henry last Thursday? You got me. This is what happens when you fall asleep at the wheel. I'm playing around with my computer, looking at last year's game at Arrowhead Stadium, not paying attention, lose sight, brain fog. You got me. What did you expect me to do, cry about you getting on me? Oh, my goodness, you caught me making a mistake. Oh, my Lord, let me get some tissue right now. I mean, oh, my Lord, how could I make such a mistake when I got 4 jobs and I work the hours that I work? And I don't take days off, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But more importantly, keep this in mind, youngster. When you sit in my chair and you have to hold people accountable every day, you don't run when it's somebody's turn to hold you accountable. That's why I put your message up, because I deserved it. Can't slip up. I slipped up. You got to own it. See that? You know what that's called? It's called being a professional. It's also called being a man. I hope you take notes and learn. Like I did. Next question. How far do I think LeBron and the Lakers will reach in the playoffs? Don't you watch me? I got the Lakers going to the conference finals unless they play Golden State first. If they ain't playing Golden State, I don't think they're losing to anybody in the West. I just don't. I don't see it that way. That's how I feel about it. One more question here. Let's see. Stephen A., why are you always wrong? I'm not always wrong. Matter of fact, I'm right 95% of the time. I went through a bad streak with the NBA Finals, but it was some stuff that I didn't know that the NBA was going to give them the Cleveland Cavaliers a stimulus package by suspending Draymond Green that 1 year. I didn't know that LeBron James was going to score 8 points in the fourth quarter and disappear in 4 consecutive fourth quarters in another year. All right, and Ray Allen made my prediction look really bad because I thought the Spurs. I thought the Spurs had them that year, but that's it. But my record speaks for itself. It spans 25 years. It goes across all media platforms, and the record is there. You can assume what you want. You can go with the headlines all you want to, but I have facts to back me up. And the fact of the matter is, I'm right 90% of the time. Probably more, but I'm not bragging. I got to go. Appreciate the love, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I'll holler at you later. Peace and love.